Alright guys, so in the previous video, if you guys watched the previous video, uh, you should have installed XAMPP and you should install Notepad++. Alright, what you guys need to go is go to this PC, alright, and in this PC go to Windows C, XAMPP, and then go to htdocs. And htdocs, create a folder and call that folder. How to create, I'm sure you guys know how to create a folder. So new folder and call that folder PHP. Okay, you're gonna call it PHP and then you're gonna open Notepad++. All right, once you open Notepad++, then you are going to click on save. When you click on save, a windows will pop up and then you are going to save that in PHP or 1.php. all right, so let me show you if you guys, so let me say new, okay, and then what I'm gonna say here, just do that and say save. I'm just showing you how to do that, okay. Then call it PHP or 1.php, all right, and then go to Windows C, this PC, and this PC go right here to Windows C, and Windows C go to XAMPP, and XAMPP htdocs, and in htdocs there is your folder that you created PHP, and you are going to store this PHP or 1.php page right here. All right, if you have a question, just text me or ask me in the class. So and I am using the W3 School. It is free. You guys don't have to buy the book for now. I'm going to later on recommend books for WordPress and for PHP. So if you guys want to study it further, but this should be sufficient enough for you guys to build basic websites, whether SQL based or non-SQL based. So you can make social media websites, and you can also make the SQL based, and that is the main target for us, is mostly the SQL based if you are working for the industrial companies around here. Okay, so the PHP, this is how it goes. It is a server-side language. All the action is performed on server side. Okay, as we go, we will talk about that. But I'm going to dive right into the code. All right. So here is some HTML that you guys have, HTML and CSS in previous classes. So here is we start the HTML, then the body, and then we start the PHP. So the PHP, what we do is put the sign up interrogation, the PHP, and then we close it right here. If you want to print something in a PHP, we say echo. We use echo. You can use print too. All right. And this is my first PHP. So in double quotation, whatever you want to write, that is going to be print on the screen. So what happens is, again, this string right here, the bunch of characters right here, they go to the computer RAM, and the CPU look at it, and the CPU compute it, and on the screen you see this statement right here. All right, this is how all the programming languages or anything that comes to your computer has to go to the CPU, has to go to the RAM for execution. All right, and later on I will show you that practically, that how these things goes to the memory, and what is in the memory before that. There is garbage. Okay, so that's a good question. If somebody asks you that, is the memory empty? No, the memory is not empty. There is some kind of garbage. I will show you guys practically. And from the memory, this code is executed by the CPU, and then it is displayed on the screen, and very, very fastly. Right? So if I go, so how do I see this? How do I see this? If I come here, and I'm gonna go here. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna say, hey, I am running the PHP locally on this machine, and locally on this machine, what I want is so localhost mean I'm running the XAMPP server, the Apache server locally on this computer. Okay, because we say PHP is a server-side language. So localhost, and then the page. Pay attention to this. The page is where? It is in a PHP folder, isn't it? That we have made. Okay. See right here, this PC. Okay. In this PC, go to Windows C, and Windows C, go to XAMPP, and XAMPP, go to htdocs, and htdocs, we have a folder PHP, and inside PHP, I got a page PHP 01, yeah, and that is the PHP 01, and we want to execute it, and the browser is going to do it for us. And what was our code? Our code was my first PHP script, yeah, wasn't it? That's what we just echoed right here, that we just printed, yeah. So your browser automatically adds some style to it. So uh, let me show you. Okay, so let's go back to my notepad. So PHP, and you say echo printed my first PHP script. All right, then I'm putting some break. Let's go to another code right here. Here is this variable, we call it $text. And C++, you guys remember we have integers, we have double, float, long, and PHP, it's pretty good because I can name it anything I want. So let's say $text equal to PHP. What does this mean? It means, now pay attention, it's $text. We are telling to the computer or the RAM to create a space for us, okay, to create a space, and we are going to put something in it. So this $text is a variable, okay, and we are going to put something in the box, right? All right, so this PHP is going to go where? It's going to get stored in $text, and we say echo I love $text. But what is stored inside $text? PHP is stored inside $text. All right. So when we print this, let's go look at it. When we print this and we go reload, what does it say? I love PHP. PHP was inside a space, and that space was what? $text. Yeah. Yeah, of course it was. See, right here. Right here, echo I love $text. And $text is right here. What is inside it? PHP. It's that easy, okay? Now let's go down quickly. How do we comment things? So in PHP, we use these double lines. This is a single line comment. We can use hash also to comment. And if you want to some of the code not to be executed, then you can do this oblique and then star in right here, so that this line of code is not going to get executed. All right, let's go further. And it says you can also use comments to leave out you see code on the line. It's really nice. I don't want the addition to happen right here, so I can just simply comment this out. What we are doing, 5 plus 5 is 10. Again, 5 plus 5 is 10. That is going to be stored in variable $x, and we say we want to see what is inside $x, and that is printed. So let's look at it. If you guys pay attention here, see, it's right here, 10. It is echoed right here. If you guys pay attention here, the coding is never going to be hard. The way I'm teaching you, I'm telling you that coding is nothing but you are sending something to the RAM, the CPU is executing it and displaying it on the screen. All right, and the rest of it is how do you put things together, and as we go you guys will see that. All right, let's move on. So I got a PHP, then echo I love $text. Yeah, what is in $text? Right here, this is again a space. In this space I'm storing the w3school.com. Then I'm saying print. I want to print I love and then dollar text. What is inside dollar text? w3school.com. I want to print that. So if you go again, reload, and that is I love w3school.com. w3school.com was stored in dollar text. All right, let's move on. And then I'm creating with HTML some break right there, right here. Okay, I am creating a space and calling it $x, and in $x I am putting 5. $y I am putting what? 4, guys. And I want to add these two numbers. Okay, I say echo what is, give it to me, show me what is 5 plus 4, and that is going to be 9. Yeah, see, I create a space in the RAM, I call it X, put 5 in it, I create another space in the RAM, I call it Y. Think of it as this way, and we call it 4. And then I tell the CPU, see, the CPU is now coming in the picture because decisions are made by the CPU. Okay, and as I said before, your router is a CPU because it choose the best route for you to reach to destination. Anything, go left or right, if the computer is deciding it, then it has a CPU. So the CPU says, okay, you want me to add 5 plus 4, and what else you want me to do after that? We say show it on the screen, and he show it on the screen because of this echo right here. All right, so if you look at that, and I don't need to reload it because it's already right here. So 5 plus, that is 9. All right, let's keep going. Now in PHP, global scope, so this variable, this variable is globally defined. So globally mean it is not inside the function. So we are saying that, hey, put 5 in this variable. So he's sitting right there. Okay, what we are saying, that when we want to access it within the function, we can't, but we can access it without the function, outside the function. You see, this function says function myTest. Okay, now myTest, what we mean by function? A function is, what is the function of a car? To drive you. What is the function of a lungs? To breathe. What is the function of a bed? To sleep in. So similarly, we got a function, and this function, which we call myTest, its job is to, let's say, give us a return value, do addition for us, do multiplication for us, or do division for us, or do other kind of things. Okay, so in programming languages, a function has some statement, some code. Upon execution, it give us something. Okay, so this function, we are in the way to declare it in PHP, we say function myTest. You can name it, let's say, XYZ or anything else. So we are saying echo, and see right here is HTML. In a paragraph, we want to see variable X inside the function is $X. I want to access this guy. Okay, that is right here. What is inside this guy? There is 5 in it. So I should see 5 right here. But what is this telling you? That, hey, you cannot access this 5 if you are inside this function and you want to access the outside $X. All right, you can access it from here. You will see it. Let's look at the output. See right here, I will see 5, but here I will not see. Simply, I cannot access this X when it is global. And if it was local inside here, then I can access it. So let's look at it. That is right here. See, variable X inside the function is, we are not getting it. And it says undefined X variable. It's not defined, and of course it is not defined inside this function. There is nowhere. You see, defined mean let me do it this way. So dollar $x equal to 7, let's say, yeah. Now I have defined it locally that this dollar $x is equal to 7. So I should see 7 here. All right. So let's say reload. Okay, reload. And 7. Alright guys, always make sure that when you do something, see I got stuck. The reason is I did not save it. So when I say dollar $x equal to 7, then I need to I need to save that, okay? Uh, so when I save it, okay, then you know what we got? We got variable x inside is 7, alright? The variable x outside the function is 5. Alright, outside the function is 5, and that is right here, this guy. Okay, it's outside the function, right? Now if we want to access again, let me remove this and save it. I did not save it the last time. So this dollar $x is, we cannot access this because this dollar $x is inside the function. And in PHP, this is how you write a function. Function my test, you got the brackets, open and close right here. Open and close. And then you write whatever you want to write. Your code is going to go in between. Sounds good? So, and then my test, we are calling this function. See, my test, we call this function. What does it mean by calling this function? It's going to go here and it's going to execute what is inside my test. And what is inside my test? What is the job of my test? Its job is to give us the value of dollar $x. So my test is a way to call a function. To call the function, and that function is my test. It goes right here. It's execute this code and show it on the display. All right. I hope you guys are understanding it. Let's go forward. Now you see here again we got these two variables. In dollar $x I'm putting 5 and dollar $y I'm putting 10. Now I got this function, and the job of this function is to add two numbers, okay, x and y. This time what we are doing is we are using a keyword global. When you use a keyword global, then you can access the external variables, this guy and this guy, this 5. So look at that, global dollar $x dollar $y equal to dollar $x plus dollar $y. Sounds good. So this would be 10 plus 5, 15, yeah? And then we can print that 15. The output should be 15. All right. So if we look at this, okay, if we look at this, the output, and of course you can access that, and that is what, 15 right here. See that? So by using the keyword global, you can access the external variables. All right. So my test one, we call the function my test one. Where is it? It's right here. What is the job of my test one? Its job is to add x plus y. Can we do that? Yes, we can do that because we have used a keyword global. So 5 plus 10 is 15. Let's move on, guys. Sorry, I'm going fast, but you guys can ask questions in the class, and I don't want to make the videos too long. Okay, so we will talk about this and then I will make another video. Right here, dollar $x equal to 5, again dollar $y. This is, dollar $y equal to 10. We got another function, my test 2. Now what we can do is we can use a dollar global. When we use a dollar globals, and this is an array. Okay, now it is creating an array. Now remember, an array is where you can store multiple numbers of the same data type. What do I mean by the same data type? The same data type meaning that integer. Okay, yeah, integer could be like you can say 1 2 3 4 5. So I could have 5 spaces, and in 5 spaces we are going to store 5 different numbers, but they are going to be integers. If I create an array of float, then it's going to be float. So you see, this array concept is like this. If you say $x equal to 5, so in $x I can store only one value, but in array I can store multiple values. All right. So when I say globals, and then I put bracket sign and y, so now this is an array, okay? And x plus y, we want to add these two numbers. We can do that, uh, and then we can print it out right here. So if you guys look at the output, that output is right here, and that is 15. Okay, let me stop here. In the next class we will talk uh, about arrays, so that if you have forgot from your previous classes, then it could be a good revision for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, all right.